See, love is blind, but marriage will open your eyes. You are only blind until you marry. Then you suddenly realize that the guy snores. And then it's just gear one. And then you realize that this beautiful woman that you thought was beauty of is Beauty and the Beast. And now that you are married to her, she begins to offload. And when she starts offloading, there will be trouble. Because you thought that eye is beauty. No, I see Jesus in your eyes. It makes me happy. By the time she removed the... And then she lifted and then you discover that thing that is shining is actually Leah. One eye is looking like this, one eye is looking like that. I've just used contact lens to deceive you. Hello? So I just love, every time I touch your hair, it's just so fresh. By the time she remove it like this, you see that everything don't chop. You face reality. And may God help you if it was padded. You are thinking there's something voluptuous. And then you get there, you just and everything is flat. And then you see, because she gets home now, and you realize everything that you are looking at that you thought was beautiful was packaging. Number one, we have those that are expecting to find true love and get married. So there are many of you listening to me right now. Your desire this year is to find love. Your desire this year is to get married. You've been able to come into a place where you've discovered yourself, you understand yourself, you've gone through different phases and stages of life, and now your greatest desire now is, Lord, I just want love. I just want to find love. Because really, everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to be happy. And if that's your desire, it will become a reality this year. But there are also those that are entangled in toxic relationship and they need help. So you are probably here, you are not in a relationship, you are in a situationship. Toxic relationship, undefined relationship. You don't know whether you are in a relationship. You know, you are doing friends with benefit, you are doing carnal texting and sexting, and you are just confused. You are just there in a life of confusion, toxic. But you are like, oh, you know, I need the money. And then you are more like a Rons, an Aristo. You know, package one. You know, there are different kinds of levels. Prostitution is in levels. There's corporate prostitution, overt prostitution, strategic prostitution, you know, package prostitution, online prostitution, virtual prostitution, all kinds. So if you are in a toxic relationship, I'm trusting God that as we go through this series, there will be deliverance. That God will bring you out of every situationship and bring you into relationships that will enhance your destiny and make you become the best version of yourself. There are those that are engaged to be married and they are hoping for the best. They are engaged, but they are thinking house rent. So the man is living with his uncle, the woman is living with her parents, and they are thinking, how are we going to get money for 2-bedroom apartment? All these agents are agents of the devil because they want to even make more money than the landlord. And the rent is 60,000. Agents who want to collect 60,000, and you are wondering, are you the owner of the house? So there are all kinds of confusion. And then you want to get married. Some people are saying, are you sure that's the person you want to marry? And then you had a job before. When you got engaged, you lost the job, and you are thinking, is this woman an agent of destiny or an agent? So you have all kinds of confusion for those that are engaged. They want to get married, but there's so many confusion. They are thinking, is it going to be a destination wedding in India or Dubai or Ijebu? Where do we go to? So there are all kinds of issues. You are looking for money. Okay, are we just going to do normal? Because there are all kinds of confusions now. Are we going to do a Limosho wedding, or we're going to do Ikoyi registry because we want to japa and they told us that Ikoyi registry is the best one? But you have all kinds of things that they are going through. But if you are engaged to be married this year, God will give you favor. There are those that are entering into marriage as newlyweds. And they are learning on the go. Because see, one of the things you need to understand is that marriage is a school. So there are people that are newlywed, they are in the elementary part of their marriage. And once you get into marriage, the first thing that happens is you go through that honeymoon phase. Especially if you have been a Christian. You know, some people don't have honeymoon because there is no honey, they have eaten everything. If you are a Christian, the first thing is honeymoon. If you are not a Christian and you have eaten everything, because some people, they have been engaged for 5 years, they have done abortion, they have been sleeping together, so there's nothing to look forward to. It's just even that day they are fighting because they are like, there's nothing. But if you are truly a child of God and you have kept yourself, you look forward to that day. And the anxiety of that day can even cause confusion that day. Because there are people that 2 days later we have to be canceling the cool down. Hello. So you are newlywed, but the first thing you need to realize is once the honeymoon is over, then you enter what we call realization stage. Immediately after honeymoon, realization stage. By that time, all those things that is doing you as open your eye don't clear. Because and now that you are married to her, she begins to offload. And when she starts offloading, there will be trouble. Because you thought that eye is beauty. No, I see Jesus in your eyes. It makes me happy. By the time she removed the... And then she lived and then you discover that thing that is shining is actually Leah. One eye is looking like this, one eye is looking like that. I've just used contact lens to deceive you. Hello? So I just love, every time I touch your hair, it's just so fresh. By the time she remove it like this, you see that everything don't chop. You face reality. And may God help you if it was padded. You are thinking there's something voluptuous. And then you get there, you just say, and everything is flat. And then you see, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy on me. And you have entered. Many things that needs to be learned. You realize that she can't cook. You realize that he has anger problem. You realize that he doesn't have his eyes on you. When he told you are the only woman in my life, he actually gave you half truth. You are the only woman in my life in Alimosho. There is another only woman in my life in Bagada. And then your eye begin to clear. Because you suddenly realize that even though he's at home with you, he's texting, they're exchanging pictures, and then you are confused. I thought you are a Christian. So the next thing is realization. So if you are in that stage, young couple, you are beginning to realize that I didn't know, then you will see the importance of marriage committee. And you need to go and carry out the notes and see what we taught you. Then there are those that are enduring their marriages and they are seeking a way out. Because a marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured. So some people right now, they are just in a state of endurance. It's like, let me just be there. And you have a lot of people like that in Africa. I'm just staying because of my children. Because of my children. And what many people do not realize is that one of the reasons why we have the crisis we have today is because of the scriptings and the softwares and the upbringing of people as a result of what they saw in their parents' wedding. And many people grew up seeing their father beat their mother, abuse their mother, insult their mother, and she stayed. She stayed thinking she's staying for the children, not knowing that staying is destroying the children, because you are now teaching them that it's okay to be abused. It's okay to be abused and stay. And then they have entered into the same level. And we have seen people staying until they are dead. Why? Because of scriptings and upbringings. So there are a lot of people enduring their marriages. And then many people that are enduring their marriages are not seeking help. And when they are seeking help in the wrong places. And one of the deception that has destroyed many homes is don't allow a third party into your marriage. I'm still trying to look for that verse of scripture. I've not seen it. Don't allow a third party into your marriage. I don't know who did this to us. And in the same vein as they are telling you, don't allow a third party into your marriage. Marriage is between a man, a woman, and God. And then I become confused. Man, woman, and God. Is God not a third party? So it simply means that no marriage can ever succeed without a third party. God himself being a third party. And that means for your marriage to succeed, you need God and godly people. You need God and matured godly people to help you, or else you get into trouble. Because whether you like it or not, third party is already influencing you. Social media is influencing you. African magic is influencing you. The society is influencing you. Third parties are already operating in your life. So why not choose the third party? Because some of the new rules we're going to be unveiling to you is to help you understand that some of the things you have been told before, they are no more true. They lie to you. Some of those things were true within the context of your grandmother's generation. But now it's no more true. So instead of seeking a way out of the marriage, seek a way out of the trouble. Because you can come out of trouble and still enjoy the same marriage. Yesterday, I had a phone meeting with a couple, one of our children in the house, one of the branches. When the wife contacted me March last year, the wife contacted me, sent me an email on how terrible things have been, that she has tried and tried and tried, and now it has gotten to a point where she doesn't know how she's going to cope with this anymore. I said, I'm not even aware of this. This guy is very close to me. I didn't know that. I said, no problem. All I would just say is, it will end in testimony. So if you come to the house and see me. So they came to the house. When I got back, they came to see me in April, and we sat down. And one of the things I've realized is that many times the reason why a lot of marriages continue in trouble is because people are not dealing with the real issues. Most of the time we're talking about the fruits. No, for every fruit is a proof that there is a tree, and it's a fruit that a seed was sown. So we need to go back to the roots. What led to this that is producing the fruit? Forget fruit. Forget the fruit. He's angry. No, leave anger. She doesn't respect me. Leave that one. That's not the issue. Because we had a session one day where a woman in one of the marriage, whatever stuff that we do, that the Pastor Charles handles, and the major battle was that the man was not wearing his wedding ring. He doesn't wear wedding ring. Sincerely, do you think wedding ring is the problem? No. If you say a man is not wearing wedding ring and you are hungry, the wedding ring cannot be the problem. That's just fruit. The problem is there is something wrong with you that wedding ring is triggering. So it's not wedding ring, because a man can wear wedding ring and sleep around. So when you say, hey, where's your wedding ring? Where's your wedding ring? That means there is insecurity. Something has happened that is making you to be insecure. And the wedding ring not being there is like, are you sure? So we go to root issue, and I sat down with them and I said, let's go to the roots. Dealt with it. Yesterday they called me. The problem was solved last year. God moved, but of course I'm busy. I don't have time. So they fixed it up, and they were telling me yesterday, they said, sir, we can't even believe. See, my wife was telling me, you mean we can be like this again? That in fact, if they told me that we'll still be married now, and that in fact. And he mentioned what I just said now. He said, Pastor, what you actually did was that everywhere we have been going, everybody we have been meeting, they have been dealing with the issues. He said, but when we met you, you took us to the roots to find out what the real problem was. He said, and we left that place with one thing. You told us, are you people friends? He said, one thing we discovered that we are not even friends. He said, but now we have developed a strong friendship. Because many of you don't understand some of these dynamics. A lot of you that are not married, you think that when you marry somebody, you'll be doing jiggy every day. No. Even children you gave birth to. So they, hey, all of you enter your room. I don't want to see anybody. Even children you gave birth to. How much more woman will you know born? So these are the realities that you don't understand. So if you are going through that stage now, you are enduring it. No. It's not to come out that is your problem. It's to come out of the problem and continue in the marriage with joy. And you will find fulfillment this year. There are those that are enjoying their marriage and they are grateful for love. But one thing I want us to begin to do this year, because many times we hear only bad news about marriage. Those of you that are really enjoying your marriage, stop being an African and be a Christian. The Bible says we overcome by the words and by the what? Blood of the Lamb and what? Start testifying. Do you know we don't testify of good marriages? It's like, don't afraid, as if so that they will not. If you are enjoying, be enjoying in secret. And that's why we are discouraging people from marriage. Let people know you are enjoying. Let people know that marriage is good to you. Let people know that your marriage is doing well. And there are those that have exited their marriage by separation and divorce. You've separated, you've divorced. That's not the end of the road. God hates divorce, but he loves the divorcee. So you may have come out of a marriage, you may have come out of a situation, and you have found yourself in that place of confusion, that place of loneliness, and you are asking yourself, will I ever smile again? Will I ever succeed again? Yes, you can, because God will give you a new beginning. So marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured. And relationship is meant to make your life better, not bitter. Everybody deserves to enjoy true love. And it is my desire to help you make that a reality. We live in a changing world where change is constant and fast. Hence, anyone that wants to win in any aspect of life in today's world must continue to learn, unlearn, and relearn. In the world of love, the game is the same, but the rules have changed. So anyone who wants to win in love must realize that the syllabus has changed. And operating based on expired syllabus is an error. Tell everybody the syllabus has changed. You know, many of us grew up reading books, listening to our parents, listening to our grandparents, tell us all kinds of things, and you come into a 21st century and you try to operate 19th century principle in the 21st century world. What your mother and grandmother told you is no more true because you now live in a different world. So they told you the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. When your mother's kitchen was the only source of food for your grandfather. So the way is because the men didn't cook then. Do you understand? African men didn't go to kitchen, they didn't cook. They go to farm money to nice. When they come to don't pound yam. You don't do black soup. Don't do for salad or onubu. And then the man just come, where my food? I sat down like a local priest and chief. And then they drink it, top it up with palm wine. And then the better the food, the more the man will quickly come and they go eat my wife's food. And your grandmother told you cook for your husband, no. So you came into 24th century with that deception. Now you cook and cook and cook, the man no day. Because food is no more working. Because it's old school syllabus. Why? Because right now there is nothing you are cooking that cannot be ordered online. There are restaurants everywhere. Even now, men cook more than women. Today's woman is not a kitchen woman. You have to teach them how to cook. Because when their mother is cooking, they are online watching. So they don't even know. Hello? So you find out that when they told you the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, they didn't lie to you, but it was true in their season. But it's no more true. There's a new rule. Because right now, there are many women that can cook, and the man is not there to eat. It's with the side chick eating gala. Hello? Because at the end of the last, everybody go chop breakfast. So, they told you, if you want to talk to your husband, wake him up in the middle of the night. Wake him up in the middle of the night and talk to him. If you try that now, if you be slapped, now the guy go, he will wake up with a slap. Somebody that has gone through Third Mainland traffic and Lagos traffic and finally made it home around 11:15. Gone sleep by 2, you'll be wake up, you'll be wish. So there are new rules. There are new rules. They told you, oh, women, ladies of nowadays, they are looking for money. It's money they need. So you started looking for money without looking for character. Not knowing that today's woman has her own money. She doesn't need your money. But you are running with the software of your father. When you have money, when you need this money. Now you have money, you don't have character. And you discover that all the women are not moved by your money because they have their own money. And all they need is a man of value, a man of substance, a man of character. An anointed man that can be a king over the home. Not a man that is threatened because they are prospering. Not a man that wants to kill them and cage them because he grew up knowing fully well that you are the man. Don't give her any chance. Put her. You need to put her where she belongs. You grew up with the wrong software, sir. The syllabus has changed. So this masterclass is about relevant curriculum for winning in the 21st century. So there are a lot of materials that are available. Books, CDs. Go to the bookshop. Many stuff. Contact us. Go to my website, olumideemmanuel.org. So many materials. So take advantage of the materials that we have. There's going to be question and answer sessions within the 20 weeks. Seek counsel. If you need counsel, send us an email. And then get the certificate. Make sure you don't miss any class. So that you can put yourself together. I don't want you to wait for 20 weeks to get deliverance. Your deliverance should start now. So the first prayer point is prayer to know the will of God in marriage. So those of you that are not married, you want to know who is your husband, who is your wife. You want God to lead you. That's the prayer you will pray. The second one, there is prayer to be free from wrong passion, evil affection, and negative soul ties. Prayer to be free from wrong passion, evil affection, and negative soul. Because some of you, you are infatuated. You have a TV star that you are lusting after, wishing that he would divorce his wife and come and marry you. Many of you are in love with a married man. The stupidity of the 21st century runs there. I will leave my wife. Oh, if only I've met you before I met my wife. You know, and you are falling to the old time trap of deceivers. Now, this is the prayer you need to pray. You are in a soul tie. You've been involved in fornication. You've been involved in all kinds of moral activities. Now you are a Christian. The things you don't want to do is the things that are pulling you. You are in church, but your mind is in the world because you are bound by all kinds of stuff. You need to break free from evil affection and soul tie. This prayer is for you. So you need to take care of that. The next one is disengagement from ungodly relationship. You have discovered that this relationship is not of God, but you don't have the willpower to break free. You need the grace and the help of God to break free. Then go through this prayer session. Disengagement from ungodly relationship. Then this one is prayer for intending couples, planning for marriage. You are engaged, but you are planning for your marriage. This is your own prayer. So that between now and when you get married, the grace of God, the favor of God will work in your life and help you. The next one is dealing with water spirits and evil marriages. Some of you, it will be difficult for you to marry here or have a successful marriage as long as you are married in the spirit. When you have spirit wife and spirit husband, you have already given birth to children. You are not married, but you are lactating. You will be bringing milk and you never marry because there are children you are feeding the spirit. You are having sex in the dream. It's all signs of spiritual marriages. You are not able to have a relationship that is solid on earth because there is a spiritual marriage where demonic activities are taking place to affect your life. This is your own prayer. So this next 7 days, this masterclass is not a joke. This next 7 days, face this thing so that we can come into this year, because this year there will be so many marriages. No, I'm telling you, you're going to get married. There's going to be supernatural connections. God is just going to be moving in diverse ways. The next one is deliverance from the grip of home destroyers. If there are powers fighting your marriage, powers that want to destroy your marriage, this is the one you pray. So you and your wife, you and your husband, gather together and pray. And then defeating anti-conception forces. Defeating anti-conception. So you are married, no child. Or you have one child, second one refused to come, secondary infertility. Or you're having all kinds of miscarriages and all kinds. So this is your prayer. So that this year you will produce that baby and babies. And then war against marriage breakers. War against marriage breakers. So the powers that breaks marriage, you need to make that. So as couples, these are prayers that you need to pray together. And this week is a good week to do that. And then deliverance, the final one, deliverance from the spirit of abortion. Deliverance from the spirit of abortion. You say, Pastor, which one is spirit of abortion again? Listen and listen well. If you have ever committed abortion before, or someone has committed abortion as a result of your own part in the equation, you say, Pastor, which one is my part? No, you impregnated somebody and you rejected the baby. And you say, God, whatever you want to do, go and do. And the person went to do abortion. Now, or you are the one that went to do abortion by yourself. You need to do that prayer. Now, it's prayer against the spirit of abortion. You see, there's something about abortion. You say, oh, I think I've preached that message yesterday. You say, oh, gamut. Once you have committed abortion, you have set in motion the spirit of abortion. And you find out that everything you want to do, you are not able to get it to conclusion. It will always be stopping halfway. You want to do business, something will go wrong. You want to build, something will always go wrong to cut short your dream, the same way you cut short the life. Because the blood, the life of the flesh is in the blood, and the blood of your baby is crying. And these are things you need to deal with spiritually so that you can be able to clear the atmosphere. And once you take care of all this, then you are good to go. So